Imagine this. One man walks into a room full of investors, journalists, and government officials in Harare, Zimbabwe. He places a small, strange-looking device on the table. He plugs nothing into the wall. Yet the bulb in his hand lights up brighter than anything in the room. He smiles and says, "This is just the beginning." That man is Maxwell Chikumbutso. And right now, in December 2025, the internet is exploding with one wild claim after another. They say he has just launched a brand new African currency. They say it is backed by unlimited free energy. They say it is about to make the US dollar irrelevant across the continent. They say the financial revolution in Africa has finally begun. Some call him the African Tesla. Others call him the savior of a continent. A few call him the greatest inventor alive today. But many others are whispering something completely different. So let's talk about what we actually know first. Then, in the second half, we'll dive deep into the rumors, that maybe it's true, and that maybe it's not. Because this story is too big to ignore. And too strange to believe all at once. Maxwell Chikumbutso is the founder and CEO of SAITH Technologies, based in Harare. For years he has claimed to have invented a radio-frequency energy harvester. A machine that pulls electricity straight out of the air. No fuel. No solar panels. No wind. No batteries that need recharging from the grid. Just power. Endless power. He calls it the greener power machine. He has shown it on Zimbabwean television. He has powered houses with it. He has driven a car using only this device. He even claims the technology runs on principles that challenge parts of modern physics. And the world took notice. In 2023 and 2024, clips of his inventions went viral across TikTok, YouTube, and X. African youth started calling him the man who will free us from Eskom and load shedding forever. Pan-African pages shared his videos with captions like, "This is why the West is scared of Africa waking up." Then, in late 2025, something new dropped. A video surfaced. Maxwell standing in front of the Zimbabwean flag. Behind him, a golden emblem that looks half sci-fi, half royal. He announces the launch of the AfriGold sovereign. A new digital physical currency for Africa. He says it is 100% backed by gold. But not just any gold. Gold that is energized through his free energy technology. He claims 1 unit of AfriGold can store and transmit actual electrical power along with its monetary value. He says it will be the first currency in history that produces energy instead of just representing it. He says the moment you hold AfriGold, you are holding wealth and electricity at the same time. He says this currency will be rolled out first in Zimbabwe, then across the entire SADC region, then the whole continent. He says no more begging the IMF. No more dollarization pain. No more watching South Africa struggle with blackouts while paying rand that keeps falling. He says Africa is about to leapfrog the entire world. And the comments sections lost their minds. This is bigger than Bitcoin. BRICS was just the warm-up. They are going to sanction him tomorrow. Elon Musk needs to bring this man to Texas right now. Even some mainstream African media picked it up. Newspapers in Ghana, Kenya, and Nigeria ran headlines asking, "Is this the future?" The Zimbabwean government has stayed strangely quiet. No denial. No endorsement. Just silence. Which, in African politics, sometimes means more than words. So that's the official story so far. A self-taught inventor. A free energy device that supposedly works. A brand new gold-backed currency that also generates power. A promise that Africa's financial revolution starts right now. That's what Maxwell and his team are saying out loud. Now let's change the tone. Because here comes the rumor mill. And trust me, it's working overtime. Rumor number 1. Some people say the AfriGold sovereign is not just backed by gold and energy. They say it is secretly backed by a massive discovery of rare earth minerals in eastern Zimbabwe. They say Maxwell found a deposit so large it makes the Congo look small. They say the government gave him mining rights in exchange for a piece of the currency. They say that's why Harare is staying quiet. Maybe it's true. Maybe the numbers are being hidden until the currency is fully live. Or maybe it's just a story to make investors feel safer. Rumor number 2. Insiders on WhatsApp groups in Harare claim that Saudi Arabia and the UAE have already sent delegations. They say Gulf princes want to buy billions in AfriGold before launch. They say the plan is to use it as a parallel currency for oil trades, bypassing the petrodollar completely. They say Russia is involved too. They say Putin himself sent a message of congratulations. Is there proof? Zero. But the rumor keeps growing. Rumor number 3. Some say the free energy device is real, but it's not Maxwell's invention. They say he reverse-engineered alien technology recovered in the 1990s. They say a UFO crashed in southern Africa decades ago. They say certain governments have been sitting on it ever since. They say Maxwell got access through high-level Masonic connections. Wild? Yes. But go on X right now and search his name plus Anunnaki and watch the threads. They are endless. Rumor number 4. The skeptics are loud too. They say the greener power machine is a scam. They say it's just a hidden battery or a clever use of high-frequency resonance that burns out in weeks. They say he has never allowed an independent laboratory to test it for more than a few hours. They say the car he drove ran on capacitors that were pre-charged. They say the AfriGold is a classic African advance fee scheme dressed up in Pan-African clothing. They say the moment you send USDT to the pre-sale wallet, your money disappears. They point to the fact that the official website looks like it was built in 2009. They point to the white paper that reads like a high school science project. They ask why, if the tech is real, he is still driving a 2012 Toyota instead of a Maybach. Fair questions. Rumor number 5. There is a story going around that Maxwell was arrested last month. They say the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe shut everything down. They say he is under house arrest and the launch is cancelled. Then, 2 days later, a new video of him appears, smiling, showing the device still working. So either the arrest never happened, or someone very powerful let him go fast. Rumor number 6. The wildest one yet. Some people swear that the energized gold is not metaphorical. They say his machine literally transmutes energy into atomic gold. They say he can turn electricity into physical gold atoms. They say that's why the currency can never crash, they can just print more gold whenever they want. They say this is why the West is terrified. They say sanctions are coming within weeks. They say certain 3-letter agencies are already in Harare. Maybe. Or maybe it's the greatest African urban legend of the decade. Here's what we do know for sure. As of today, December 2nd, 2025, there is an official SAITH Technologies Telegram channel with over 87,000 members. They are posting daily updates about the AfriGold rollout. They claim Phase 1 starts December 15th. They claim you will be able to buy it with mobile money in Zimbabwe first. They claim physical cards with embedded microgenerators are being printed in Dubai right now. They claim the exchange rate will be announced by the president himself. They have not missed a single promised update yet. That's either incredible discipline or the calm before the storm. So where does this leave us? On one hand, everything about Maxwell Chikumbutso'S screams too good to be true. Free energy? Self-producing currency? A single man from Belvedere, Harare, about to reset global finance? It feels like a movie script. On the other hand, Africa has surprised the world before. M-Pesa was laughed at until it became bigger than most European banks. Bitcoin was called rat poison until BlackRock filed for an ETF. Mobile money leapt over landlines the same way Africa might leap over the traditional grid. So maybe, just maybe, a man with a strange box and a big dream is about to change everything. Or maybe in a few months we'll look back and laugh at how hopeful we were. The truth is, nobody knows yet. Not you. Not me. Not the investors sending emails. Not the skeptics writing long Twitter threads. Not even the people inside SAITH Technologies know the final chapter. All we know is this. Something big is moving in Harare. Something that makes people feel proud, scared, excited, and angry at the same time. Something that forces us to ask uncomfortable questions. What if the future doesn't come from Silicon Valley this time? What if it comes from a garage in southern Africa? What if the continent that was robbed for centuries just found a way to print its own future? Or what if it's all smoke and mirrors, and we fall for it again? Either way, the story of Maxwell Chikumbutso and the AfriGold sovereign is the most African story of 2025. It is hope wrapped in suspicion. It is genius wrapped in controversy. It is pride wrapped in poverty. It is the sound of a continent that is tired of waiting for permission. So keep your eyes open. Watch the Telegram channel. Watch the Zimbabwean news. Watch the price of gold. Watch who suddenly flies into Harare next week. Because whether this is the beginning of the greatest financial revolution in African history, or the greatest disappointment, one thing is certain. We are all watching now. And Africa is no longer asking. It is announcing. The revolution may have already started. We just don't know yet if it's real. But for the first time in a long time, a lot of us want it to be. What do you think? Is Maxwell Chikumbutso about to change the world? Or is this the biggest African crypto story never told? Drop your thoughts below. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because the next 30 days in Zimbabwe might be the most important 30 days in modern African history. And we are all here for it. Whether we believe or we don't. Yet.